Welcome to the Left of Str8 Show, where we talk entertainment, music, books, foodies, and more each week.
Welcome back, everyone, to another special 5 Questions with. If it's Tuesday, it's time for 5 questions, and I am so excited today to have as my special guest Miss Kelly McCracken. Kelly was on our 8-year anniversary show. She was my very first guest. She's an amazing musician, a fantastic mom, and we're going to play a little 5 questions. Are you ready, Kelly?
I think so.
All right, question number 1. You were involved in a landmark case that helped bring marriage equality to the country. If you could put on your activist hat again, what would be your fight today? It doesn't necessarily need to be for LGBTQ rights, but what would be your activism today to help fix this planet?
Oh, well, women's rights for sure, because I feel like we've backtracked. So getting women's rights back on track. I know there are people on the front lines right now working on it. I would join them if I could, right? As much as humanly possible. The trans community could use it. I just, there's so much that we need to stand up for. Just the right thing, the human thing, the decent thing. The next most decent.
Well said. I love that. Very true.
Thanks.
All right, question number 2. You've lived a very interesting life. How would you describe your life using 2 or 3 song titles?
Oh, gosh. That's just the way it is. Some things will never change. Who is that?
Oh, God, don't do that to me. I'm so horrible at that. I can sing the whole song. I can't tell you who sang it.
Did you almost say Bruce Hornsby? Why does that sound right? That can't
could be. Bruce Hornsby in the Range. Yeah, that could be.
What else? Hand in My Pocket by Alanis Morissette. All those lyrics. Yeah, everything's just. I'm
nice.
a balance of this and this, but everything's gonna be fine. Let's see. Going back to one of my favorites, What's Up by 4 Non Blondes. Like, what is going on? I scream at the top of my lungs, what's going on? From that was the first song I ever learned to play on the guitar. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, that's one of my songs of my life, I feel like.
Good answers. All right, question number 3. If you could throw a dinner party for 3 singers, living or past, just to talk about music, who would you invite to your dinner party?
Janis Joplin. Oh, gosh, I feel so on the spot. Whitney Houston. I would love to speak with her. I already know Shirley Manson. She's my best friend, so
right.
I think I'd love to have her there as well.
Nice. That would be a heck of a dinner party.
Oh, yeah.
There'd be a lot to talk about there for sure.
Yeah, 3 different
that's
genres.
A great answer. 3 excellent choices. All right, question number 4. You have a beautiful daughter, Ruby. If she started to express an interest in music, which she does if you listen to our interview, or performing, what couple pieces of advice would you be sharing with her?
She's done a couple plays already, and her nerves were one thing that she was really feeling. I watched her really experience that feeling of almost stage fright, and just to believe in herself, just to know that she can do it. And I mean, I still get a little bit of stage fright right before I go on stage today, but I try to channel it into, excitement and tell myself, I know what I'm doing up here. I'm secure in it. I don't have to perform for out there so much as I do just do what I know on stage. So yeah, just kind of follow your heart. She's already seeming to be pretty good at that, following her heart, following the gut, that little voice in the back of her mind she hears it, and I feel like she's very in tune with herself. And I just want her to know that we see it, and I see that confidence in her that maybe sometimes she doesn't see in herself. We don't always see it in ourselves, but when someone else tells you they see it, that tends to really open your eyes to it. So just encourage her that she can do literally anything.
Very true. Good advice indeed. I like that. All right. And last question number 5. You're here in Ohio like myself, originally from the Northeast, now living in the Southwest. Where do your loyalties lie now? Are we Cedar Point, Kings Island, or somewhere else?
Oh, gosh. We were able to visit Cedar Point for the first time last year with Ruby last summer because I grew up going there. Cedar Point was So then moving down here and having Kings Island basically in my backyard is very fun. I think my own roots lead back to Cedar Point. So I'm glad I could share that with Ruby. And she's grown since. So there were rides she couldn't ride when we went, and now she can. So we're pretty loyal now to Kings Island because it's like, I mean, we have passes. We go sometimes for just an hour or two, ride 2 things, not feeling it, or stay all day. But yeah, it's really awesome having both of those places in Ohio. So yeah.
Right. Very cool. All right. We got through 5 questions with my special guest, Kelly McCracken. Let everyone know where they can find your fantastic music group, Flying Underground, and they can follow you on social media.
Yes. Flying Underground. We are on old school Facebook, still going strong, and Instagram, or find me, Kelly McCracken. Music is on iTunes and Spotify. Hard copies of new Flying Underground music will be out soon, but you can find it all on Spotify. And also my old band, the Kellys, they're on there as well.
There you go. Kelly McCracken, absolute pleasure having you back on the show. Happy 8-year anniversary, and we will talk real soon, okay?
Thank you, Scott.
All right, guys, if it's Tuesday, it's time for another 5 Questions With. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back next week. You've been listening to the Left of Str8 Show right here on the Left of Str8 Radio Network. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Left of Str8 Show. Be sure to subscribe on your favorite podcast distributor, and please give us a 5-star rating so more listeners can find us. You can follow us on social media, and be sure to check out our website, www.leftofstraightradio.com, for contests and other news and information. See you next week.